radio section.
Yo! Hello. Glad you're here. So, drop melodies. Very important thing, I think. When I first started, it was really hard to get sick drop melodies. I honestly didn't even know where to start. But I'm going to teach you guys all the secrets and hacks and tricks that you need to know so that you can make drop melodies and honestly just know how to get started. You need to have a bass, and then from that bass, B-A-S-E, by the way, we start building a beautiful tree and blooming. What do I mean? Well, I shall show you my song Ketamine and show you how I made my drop melodies in here. You can learn a lot from it and take it to your tracks. My name is Dripment. I make all these types of videos. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe and hit that bell if you want more, because I'm coming with more. So first off, what is this song, you may ask? Ketamine. Well, let's check it out.
Pull up the tune.
Yes, so this is what we're going to get into. I'm going to show you how I made these like harmonies and melodies and kind of like the song structure and the whole idea and technique that went behind it. This is personally one of my favorite songs. If you guys want to listen to it, it'll be in the description. Let me show you what's in here. This is the harmony. This is the basis. This is the main thing you need first before you make a melody. It's really important that you have your chords. That's the harmony. When I made this song, I had to pick 4 chords first before anything. As soon as I have my 4 chords, I can easily write a melody. So this song is in D minor. D minor is looking like this. D minor means we can only use these 8 keys. We cannot use the ones that are not highlighted, just the ones that are highlighted. Those are basically our rules in this scale. That we know that, we go to Ableton, we switch it to D minor, and then all of a sudden our program starts showing us the keys that we're supposed to use. What do I do first? Well, I know that my first chord needs to be the root. It needs to be on number 1. And that's usually how I start every time. You get the D minor scale, so that means our number 1 note will start with a D. So boom, I wrote a D right here. Then after you write that first note, you can simply add other notes on top of it. And once you have 3 of them, you can be like, oh, I like that sound. When all 3 of them are together, that's a triad. Those 3 make a harmony. That's a simple harmony with 3, but then you can add more voicings. So what I did is I added another D, but in the lower octave. So instead of D3, we added a D2, which is basically the same thing, just lower octave. So we added that voice, and we added a G. So we added like a higher pitch voicing here. And you know, all I'm paying attention to are these colored lines. I'm not going to put it in one of these. Test different ones out, and whatever chord sounds good to you, combination of notes, you run with it. So then we do 4, right? So every 1, 2, 3, 4. That's 1, 2, 3, 4 bars. We want each chord to hit on a bar. So then the first chord will play, second chord will play. I'm going to mute the melody for now. So basically, I was here, and then all I was thinking was, I want to go down, I want to go a different one, and then I want to go back. So I just tested different combinations on these. I got different chords that I liked, ran with it. So we have our 4 chords. There's so much space in between. So much space for activities, and we're not doing any activities. So we definitely need to make sure that we perform some activities. So what I did was I added a passing note right here. I just added a note right on 1.4, right on this line. It's halfway through. That's like what I'm looking at. and it's like passing right to this chord. So it's going boom, boom, boom. So I'm going up, down. I'm always like moving up and down. So we added this simple passing note that makes a big difference. When I wrote this melody here, I wanted to make sure it was fast. So we went into the small grids and started making some fast notes here. Now, the thought behind this is we're mainly going to be chilling at the home note, which is the D note, right? This is our home, our number one. And then the other ones just kind of like lead to it. So when this chord plays at 2, I wanted to just put some fast notes in between in this empty section. And then right after that empty section ends, this new chord hits, and all we do is repeat the root note. Boom, boom. So this is basically becoming a new voicing on top of these chords. So it flows really well. So we go. So we're going up, up, back to home, going back up, going down here, and then going back home. So really this is our main note, and then we're just adding extra spicy notes in between to basically transition from each spot. This is the first melody that I made. And then simply, since we wrote the MIDI, we could just add different instruments. So like this drop, for example, has a serum super saw. So it's like a louder, more heavy energy for the drop. I want that drop to be fat, loud, lots of energy. So that's why we added this instrument. But in the beginning, in the intro, we use the same MIDI, but we use a softer omnisphere patch. Then we can layer it with other types of soft sounds to create our own sound. Now, when the song starts and we hear this melody, we're already getting used to it. So when the drop comes and we hear this melody, but in a more intense setting with louder and crazier energy, it just transitions very well and it feels really good. That is a nice trick that you want to definitely try out. We want to look at the second part of the drop because this is my favorite part. This is where we add a new melody and start to filter out the original section. So let's go ahead and check out that. Coming up here, 49 bar. Nice. Okay, cool. Let's break this down real quick. When the drop started, we had our sick chords playing, and we're in the octave 3, 4, so we're pretty up there, right? But in this section, what I wanted to do is I wanted to bring those chords down an octave to make them sound a little bit darker. So they're at the 2 and the 3 instead. Write it down an octave, hold shift, hit down to move your stuff as needed. So while this is playing lower octave, we also added an auto filter. So this section has no drums. So it's kind of like a little build-up intense section. It's not where the drop hits, because the drop hits right here at 53 where the drums start. This part is more like kind of a build-up, little middle. Cool, and then the auto filter hits there. Before the auto filter hits, we add this new melody. Cashmere. So as you see, when it's sustained, it's playing like multiple notes. Dun, 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 dun. And if you see here, we started at D. Once again, our home note, number 1. So we start there and we move up the scale. So it's like building up with the melody, and then back down, boom, and then we land back on D. So we land back on our home note, and then we just roll, we ride with the home note the whole time. We kind of veer off and go up, and go down in some sections. But as long as this home note's playing, it'll blend perfectly and be harmonically correct with the rest of the drop, so it'll sound really sick. Let's listen with the full mix. And as you see here, I start to change the rhythm of it. I'm not just letting it ride in a regular rhythm, so I start to change how fast they go in some sections. So it's like hitting fast right here, little space, not as many spaces. So I'm going back and forth, and I'm really just riding to whatever sounds good to me. I listen back and forth over and over, and I just move notes ever so slightly until I like that combination more. You know what it is. This is how we do it. This is how we get down. This is how we make drop melodies. If you guys need more help with this, hit me up in the Discord. Hit me up whenever you need, because I can help you with this. We'll get down, make cool drop melodies together. Don't forget to study your music theory. It's really important. Learn just one scale. Practice one scale. I would go, if you're making bass music, I would go from like C sharp minor, like F minor, and any of the scales in between, and then just run it. You guys got this. Don't forget, keep making bangers. I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.